Hi, this is John Majori with Majori on Bowie. This is the Majori on Bowie YouTube channel, where I have a new interview every week that always has something to do with David Bowie. And every once in a while, I have something extra, which I have today. For daily content, visit the blog www.majorionbowie.com, where I have new content every single day that always has something to do with David Bowie, almost always has something to do with David Bowie. In any case, today I have a very special surprise guest, Emm Gryner. Emm Gryner does it all. She's a superstar singer. She's a vocal coach. She's an author. She toured with Bowie about 25 years ago. She appears on the Toy album. She performed with him at Glastonbury and is on that great live album and is on some other live albums from around that time, live at the Kit Kat Club and Something's in the Air. And she really has a far more diverse career than even that. But she's joining me today to make a special announcement that very much has to do with David Bowie. Emm Gryner, welcome back to the show. It's great to see you.
Hi, it's nice to see you again.
Yeah. So, you've got a great active Patreon, and you're planning to have a special feature in coming days. Tuesday, the 4th of November, just around the corner. And what are you going to be doing that day?
So, it's the 55th anniversary. I'm not sure if you knew this, probably because you're an expert on David. The 55th anniversary of the US release of The Man Who Sold the World. Um, so, I'm going to have a little half-hour get-together where we talk about the album, we trade stories. I was lucky enough to play that title track with him and get a little info on what he thought of some of the covers that were out there. So it's going to be a cool little get together, and that's something that David always really loved, is just like talking about some of his past recordings. And because I was the baby in the band at the time,
Yeah.
um, he always he kind of found it fascinating that his records came out before I was born, and it was almost as though he wasn't mocking my age, but he'd say, you know, this came out before you were born, as though it was sort of like, kind of magical, you know.
And you have a name for this segment that sort of plays off of that.
Yeah, so it's going to be called, you and I have talked about this, and in a lot of ways, you kind of kicked me to get it done, because I do know that, like, David, his story is still very much, my story with him is very much still part of what I do every day. I think about him every day.
Yeah.
Um, and I used to have a nickname for him called Daddy Stardust. And it evolved into a thing where, like, when I sign an email, it would say just dad and then the asterisk. So I
Yeah.
just even abbreviate his nickname. So the segment's called Daddy Stardust Fireside Chat. So I'm hoping to make it a regular feature on my Patreon. It's free, so people can just, if you're a big Bowie fan, just pop in. It's a lunch hour thing, and you know, we miss David, so I think we need to take some of these opportunities to get together.
Yeah, that's great. So for somebody that's not familiar with Patreon, what do they experience when they visit your Patreon, and how can they do that?
Yeah, so most people have joined my Patreon, which is called M Heads, as a fan club. I've had some really amazing fans from before I sang with Bowie and after I sang with Bowie. So they've stayed with me this whole time. So I have this like really nice group of kind of hardcore fans. And then I'm sort of expanding with some free members. So, you don't have to pay anything to join this particular get together.
Yeah.
But if you want more things like concerts, like I do a lot of online concerts and hangs and like show people music that's in progress, then that's a paid membership. It's a really great way actually to stay in touch with fans without anyone getting in the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually a really good setup.
It's probably a story there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, that's great. I'll put a link to your Patreon in the show description here. And I just want to highlight something that you said, because it's possible that somebody's going to be seeing this and it'll be after November 4th. So you said you might do this type of feature again in the future. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, I'll give it a go. I realize not everyone can join with such short notice. But there's always I think there's always something to celebrate every month about David.
Yeah,
And there are a lot of stories that I haven't even shared, or stories I haven't heard from fans about various albums and songs. And
yeah,
so yeah, I think I'll give it a go. Maybe I'll give it two or three,
yeah,
John, and then we'll
yeah.
see if people enjoy it. I'm really all about doing things that kind of bring people together, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I think people will be excited about this. Let me just ask you this one last question. If somebody misses this, would they be able to see a recording of it on your Patreon?
Yeah, I'll record it. I'm
Yeah,
just gonna do it like this on Zoom.
yeah,
The Patreon live function doesn't really allow me to see people, but Zoom I'd be able to see everyone, and that's really important to me. So, because like I wasn't around in 1970, so this album is going to be really meaningful to a lot of people in a way that I don't really know. And that was my experience with David. Like I came into the band just knowing Let's Dance and China Girl basically.
yeah.
And then I ended up learning all those amazing songs. So I need to be schooled as well. So and you're the expert on that too. So maybe on one of these we'll get you in and have you chime in.
That would be great. I'm hoping to make this. I just found out about this, and I'm going to be in transit, but I'm going to try to tune in anyway because I'd much rather be participating in this discussion with you about the man who sold the world. That is amazing. I mean, that really sounds exciting, and I was so glad that you're able to join me today because anybody who sees this is going to want to come on and participate.
Awesome. Yeah, come on down and just, it's just about sharing stories, and he loved to share stories, and I miss that about him very much.
Yeah. Well, we all miss David Bowie. You in a different way because you knew him. But we're approaching the 10th anniversary, and I think there'll be a lot of reflections upon David Bowie. And this, in a way, if you're a Bowie fan, might be the kickoff to that period of celebration of of what we miss about him and what we appreciated about David Bowie.
Yep. And I know
Yeah,
my bandmate Mark Claddy is doing his regular Bowie celebration in January. So if you're in New York, make sure you check that out too. So
yeah.
yeah.
I'm going to go to for sure. I have the
Okay.
ticket.
Amazing. It's just
I'm
all heart, like Mark always has his heart in the right place with this stuff. So I wish I could be there. I don't know if I can be, but yeah. So thanks again for like spreading the word about David. And yeah, if you want to come on down, it's noon, November 4th. If you miss this, there'll be another one. Just check out my Patreon.
noon Eastern Standard Time, right?
Eastern, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Emm Gryner, a very exciting project coming up on Tuesday the 4th, and hopefully several times thereafter. The Man Who Sold the World, 55th anniversary. Emm Gryner, thank you so much. We'll be in touch soon.
All right. Talk to you later.
Okay, thank you.